Today our topic is about women. You know, the Muslim, they have tons of articles, and there's a specific post they always post in the internet, and to show you that the Prophet, he appreciate women and mothers. And one of them is very famous one, that Muhammad, he said, there's one they keep repeating, that the heaven under the feet of the mothers, that is not really accepted. But there's a different one, which is saying, he was saying to a man, that's the heaven is under your mother feet. So it's the same, but it's not what they keep repeating. And this one is sahih. But what does that mean? The heaven under your mother feet. The Muslim, they say that's mean the Quran, he order us to respect our mothers and to treat them, and by doing that we go to heaven. Well, I like that actually. That's wonderful. But Muhammad did not respect his mother, he did not respect his father. He claimed that both of them, they are going to go to hell. And not only that, Muhammad in the Quran, he said, وَإِنَّمَا الْمُشْرِكُونَ نَجِسٌ. Those who they are mushrikeen, Muslims, they knew what mushrikeen, right? Those who associate with Allah, they are najis. So when Muhammad, he says the mushrikeen are najis, he included his mother, for she was from the mushrikeen. How respectful that is, to say to your mother, you are filthy. Najis in Arabic is more than filthy. It's something you cannot wash. You are so dirty. So in the Muslim Day translation, they say the pagans are unclean, which is not really a good translation. So if you respect your mother, you say to her, you are filthy. You say to her, you are a sinner, you know, etc. But filthy, that's not a statement to say to your mother, even if she is filthy. Even if she is. So when we speak about respecting mothers, mothers can be, in the same time, can be a daughter. Like your mother, she is the daughter of your grandfather, right? Grandmother. She's a daughter. At the same time, she's a sister. At the same time, she is a wife. So if Allah, he said, or Muhammad, he said, that women under their feet is heaven, and then he say that women, the women themselves, which under their feet is heaven, which means if you do good to them, your mothers, you go to heaven. But women themselves, they will not go to heaven. If you go in the hadith, you will see Muhammad saying that the majority of people of hell are women. Now, how majority of women in hell and the heaven is under their feet? So you are saying to me, if you are nice to your mother, you go to heaven. But your mother, most likely she is going to go to hell. Muhammad, he said in the hadith, and let us see if we can find it in English. Read with me carefully and laugh. Muhammad here accused women that they have half a brain, they have a lack of common sense, they have a lack of intelligence. In other way, sorry to say, he is saying women are stupid. And because they have menstruation, and because they are stupid, and because they are ungrateful, they will go to hell. And the majority of people of hell are women. Read carefully, it's not my words. This is their translation. This is their words. So Muhammad, he says, I will go to heaven if I am nice to my mother. Then he says, my mother, most likely she will go to hell. He said, as you see in the screen, that he saw that the dwellers of the hell are women. And he's asking them to donate for him. He's scaring them so to give donation, and they start giving them his rings, their earring. You know, it's a scam. So when you respect your mother, do you say to your mother, you have lack of wisdom and intelligence? Do you say to your mother, you are stupid? If I am a Muslim and I'm speaking to my mother, and I want to prove to her something the Prophet, he said, I will use his logic. I will say, mother, give it charity, give to Muhammad money, because you have a lack of intelligence. And you will see here in the translation, the Muslim translation, it says they have deficiency in their intelligence. A woman, she asked Muhammad, she said, why we will go to heaven? And what is the proof of that? He said, she said to him, what is our deficiency? Deficiency. Muhammad is speaking about you have a deficiency and you are not a full creature like the man. You have deficiency, you're stupid. So the Quran, the Muslim, they say the Quran respect the women, the Quran respect the women, respect the women, and then we say to them you have deficiency in your brain and you are stupid and you are going to go to hell. And the Quran don't make them equal to us in the court. And actually in the capital punishment, women are not allowed to witness, which means women, they can witness only if a man borrow money. 2 women equal to 1 man. So she is half man. And in the case of capital, which means if a man killed a man, a woman, she is not allowed to witness at all. Because she is not considered to be a full human being. Women who disobey their husband, Muhammad, he described them as sufaha. Sufaha mean the stupid ones. The stupid one is the one who don't obey their husbands. What if the husband is bad? I cannot find this hadith in English, but it's okay. What does that mean? Why men are, there's no men, they are sufaha, there's no men are stupid? What about Muhammad say, women should not obey a husband, he is stupid? Only the women, she have to obey, and the women who don't disobey, she is the stupid one. If the man, he invite his wife to the bed and she refuse, the angels of Allah will curse her all day long. We respect the women, and now the women, she don't want to sleep with me, so now we terrify her by saying that God and his angels are going to curse you because you did not take off your panty, so you have better and do it now. And on top of that, we can beat them. It's a solution. You see, I saw an article, it says, the title of the article says, the verse of abuse or the abused verse. And the whole article written by Muslims is to defend the Quran, saying Quran teach you rule of family, Quran teach you the right of family. Women, they have right in Islam. What rights? Right of women in Islam to be beaten if they are disobedient. This is the first right. As long you are obedience, you have rights. The right of what? To remain silence. So look at this article, how stupid it is. He is posting for us a verse, and then in the verse he start adding, like, you know, admonish them first. He put the word first. I don't know where the word first coming from. Then distance from them. Where is the word then is coming from? And from bed, where it says that, it says uhjuruhunna fil madaja, which means jail them in their rooms. And then he said, and tap them. Tap them. The word beating became tap them. I mean, isn't it hilarious? So in order to convince you that Islam respects women, we start lying, switching the word from beat them to tap them. I mean, they are the same, to be honest with you, not much different. This is the same Quran, and this is the website of the Muslims, and this is their translation, and you will see here the word tap them, it says discourage them. Remember, this is a punishment. It's a penalty. So what do you mean tap them? You are forcing them to obey you by tabbing them? I mean, who is going to believe this stupid thing? Muhammad, he whipped people for obedience. Muhammad, he whipped people for doing not praying. Muhammad, he whipped the slaves. Muhammad, he whipped Muslims. And now you are saying to me, a woman, she is disobedient, tap them? But the Quran says, "Adrubuhunna," scourge them. The hadith come from what kind of beating? You beat them until you make their skin green. And this is a woman, she came to Muhammad, complained about her husband, who did beat her until he made her skin greener than her clothes. And Aisha, she witnessed, saying, I never saw a believing woman, she suffered as much as a woman, she suffered as a believing woman. Look, her skin is greener than her clothes. Did Muhammad, you can read the whole hadith just to save the time. And this is the reference. Hadith number 5825. Muhammad, he took the side of the man and he against the women, and he never said to him, why did you beat her? Actually, the hadith says a man should not be questioned why he did beat his wife. A man should not be questioned why he did beat his wife. The Prophet said, no man shall be asked the reason for beating his wife. Remember in the article, tab them. So in Islam we respect women, but we beat them. In Islam we respect women, but we divorce them by text message. In Islam we respect women, but we have many of them, one in the top of the other and the other until we have 4, and then we can exchange all the 4 by one text message. I can create now a text message group for my wives and send one text message to the 4 wives saying you are divorced, and you are divorced. So heaven is under the feet of your mother, but you can beat your mother, but not you, your father. You ask your father, can you beat my mom? We respect women in Islam, but we say they are half a brain. We respect women in Islam, but a virgin, she have no right to accept or to refuse, as what happened to Aisha as an example. Aisha, she was 6 years old, and they took her to Muhammad. Did they ask her, would you like to get married 6 years old? Muhammad, he considered the women as the devil. He says the women, she come in the image of a devil and she live in the image of the devil. But remember, this is your mother, the one who Muhammad said that under her feet is heaven. So when Muslims speak about heaven, they are talking about what exactly? Even Muhammad, he advised Muslims to hang the whip on their houses. Why? Here the hadith did not give the whole story. This is the story. They are asking if is this true or not, and the answer, yes. Did the Prophet order to hang the whip on his wall because this will teach him how to be polite? Terror. The first thing you show your wife in the house is a whip, and that will teach her how, because now she will fear you and you do not need to use it anymore. Just put it there as a reminder that if you disobey me, I will whip your back. So when a Muslim, he speak about respecting mothers, and not to forget to mention heaven. Women, they are, even in heaven there will be 6 toys. In earth there are 6 toys. We can beat them, we can abuse them. They are half a brain, they are stupid. And then Muslims, they say to you, Muhammad, he says, don't beat them until you break them. Look how nice he is. What about you say to them, don't beat them at all? You made a verse saying beat them, and then you say to them, don't beat them until you break them. So I don't want to, give it more time. I'm trying to keep the video shorter. I could not make it 5 minutes, as you see. It's impossible, maybe. But my friends, when those people, they speak about respect for a woman is not by saying to her, you are half a brain. If a Muslim, he say to you, oh, you know what, when we beat a wife, do you know the Prophet, he orders to beat by the miswak? Where is that? And do you know what the miswak is? The miswak is a long branch from the roots of a tree grow in the desert. Very harmful, and it is the same branch, they use it, or root, to beat the camel with it. And they cut it in small pieces to sell it now these days. But it's a long root and it's very flexible. So this is how the Muslim, they beat their wife. Long root. This is now, this is cut off. You can tell from the picture, they cut it off. It's a long root. They use it as a whip. Very cheap. You don't need to pay for it. It's in the ground. And they are saying to them, beat them lightly. What do you think about somebody he spit on you? How lightly is that? You see, there's 2 kinds of injury. There's the injury of insult, and there's the injury which is physical. Islam practice both on you if you are a woman. While Jesus, he warned the man not to divorce his wife just because he followed his desire to switch to a new and a younger woman. He warned them and he forbid them from doing such a thing. He commit a big sin, the one who do so. Muhammad, he made it so easy. To the point even he said that if a woman, her husband divorced her, not only he say in chapter 4 verse number 34, women are in charge and they are better than men. Sorry, men are in charge and they are better than women. Not only he said, beat them. Not only he said, if they obey you, don't beat them no more. He said too that women, I'm not sure how to say this thing here. Women, if they are obedient to their husbands, they go to heaven. If they are not obedient, the angels will curse them. They will go to hell. Most of women, they will go to hell. So who's going to go to heaven? Which woman is the one who will go to heaven? The verse in the front of you, it says, and the good woman of you is the one who is obedient to her husband. You see, the Bible says, teach obedient to the husband too. But what if the husband is a bad person? What if he is ill, sick in his mind? What if he is stupid? Why the Quran did not make a verse says, well, if the man is bad, then don't obey him. You will notice that Muhammad in the Quran, he mentioned the word nushuz. And this word, he himself, he practiced it. So when Muhammad, he practiced the nushuz, which mean, you know, misconduct, let us say, they are not obedient. You beat them. But if Muhammad, he practiced himself the word nushuz, it's okay. As we see here. He made a deal with Sauda, the old wife. The same chapter speaking about the same word twice. 4:34, 4:128. In 4:128, Muhammad is the one who is bad to the wife. He don't want to sleep with her. In verse number 4:34, the women are not being obedient. So in case of the man Muhammad, he don't want to sleep with the women, it's okay. No problem. It says, La janaha alay. No, there is no problem. They can make an agreement. He don't want to sleep with her, no problem. But in the case of the women, she don't want to sleep with you or she disobedience, you beat the hell of her. There's no blame. You can arrange. So he make an arrangement with Sauda because Zainab, Aisha, she convinced him, well, don't divorce her so I can have her day. She have a day designed for her, right? Okay, just keep her. This way I can have you 2 days in the week. Come on. Or every 13 days. Look how evil she is. And now the old woman, because she's old and she don't know where to go, she want a retirement plan. She was scared, terrified where I would go. What happened? Why he wouldn't divorce me? What I did? Nothing. She's old. So we respect the women in Islam, but if they do what the men do, we beat them. If the men do what the women did, we praise them. Men, they will go to heaven. Women, they will go to hell. Men are smart. Women, they are stupid. Men, they have no deficiency. Women have deficiency. Women, put the whip in the top of your wall so you can make them fear you. Have sex with the children who they are females. This is respect. Do circumcision for women. This is respect. Have 4 wives and replace as many as you want. This is respect. In the heaven, the women, she is a sex toy. This is respect. In earth, women are discriminated. They have to be jailed. They have to wear burqa. They cannot even use their eyes normally. In Islam, this is all is a form of respect. This is what they say to us. So who is the stupid here? Even Muhammad, he compared the women to a crocked rib. Crocked rib. Why she is a crocked? What is a crock about her? And if they are a crocked, why you have too many of them? And if you enjoy her when she is crocked. That's what Muhammad said. She's a crocked. And by the way, the Muslims, they use those hadith to make Muhammad look good. Muhammad, he said, the most troubling thing for men is women. Look who is talking. The one who have hundreds of women for sex. The women are respected in Islam, my friend, to the point 3 things will disturb a Muslim prayer and will defile the Muslim prayer: a dog and a donkey and the women. And if you, after all of this, you think women are not respected, that means you are a fool. What do you want more than this? 3 things will disturb and will destroy your prayer. Somebody sent me saying like, oh, the translation here says it's just disturb, not like destroy. No, my friend, it destroy. Your prayer is not valid no more if a woman or a dog and a donkey walk by when you are praying. What kind of religion this religion is? Black dog and a donkey and a woman. What is the connection between a black dog and a donkey and the women? You tell me. For sure, this is all is a form of respect. This is how Muhammad, he taught his followers to respect women by comparing them to dogs and donkeys, and to make them the reason for your prayer not to be accepted. So for those who say and they claim that Islam respects women, prove it, because everything you say is destroyed. Women is a donkey and a dog. Women is half a brain. Women, we can beat them. Women are not equal witness in the court. Women, they cannot leave their house without permission. Women, we have to hide to put a whip in the top of the wall to scare them. Women, we can beat them until they obey us. Women, we can have too many of them until we are satisfied, and the one she don't satisfy us no more because she's getting old, we get rid of her. And not only that, the inheritance shouldn't have equal inheritance. And the Muslim, they say Islam gave the women right, and they say to you, you know, the women she used not to inherit. What a big fat liars. Isn't it Khadija? She was the wife of Muhammad, and she is his boss, and she was one of the most rich women in Quraysh, and she had 2 husbands before Muhammad. So she inherited what then? The money she had from where? She robbed a bank. So what they say to you is something, and Islam is something else. So I want to say thank you for all those who do the help to spread the truth, who translate, who share it, and who learn and teach others. God bless you, and thank you very much.